Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Tech Stocks Daily Podcast. Today we're diving into some riveting headline grabbers in the NASDAQ tech arena. We'll uncover why Duolingo is soaring like never before with its new AI-powered video call expansion, stirring up buzz and bullish vibes in the market. Meanwhile, brace yourselves as we dissect the heavy legal storms battering Symbotic and Marqeta, both facing class action lawsuits that have rattled investors. Finally, we're hopping over to VEON as they shake up their leadership with fresh faces to drive their digital strategy. Whether it's innovations, stock surges, or legal dramas, today's episode promises just the right mix to keep you in the loop on major tech moves. Let's get started. Hey tech enthusiasts, it's time to dive into today's juiciest piece of tech news, starring our favorite polyglot pal, Duolingo. If you've been wondering what all the chatter is about, buckle up, because I've got the scoop. Duolingo, the app best known for making language learning as addictive as scrolling through candy corn memes, is grabbing headlines today thanks to a couple of hefty developments. First up, in the world of market maneuvers and financial gymnastics, we've seen some eyebrow-raising activity in Duolingo options trading. Big money and financial giants have made a notable bearish shift, with our dive into the trading pools revealing a bunch of unusual trades. With the picky balance of bullish and bearish stances, 25 to 50% respectively, it's the kind of seesaw game that'd make you yell Geronimo to the beat of Wall Street. Financial pros are eyeing prices between $250 and $390, suggesting they're stitching up their strategies tighter than the threads holding their emoji socks together. With Duolingo stock priced around $353.74 as of the last check, it's performing the cha-cha with a hefty 10.6% surge. This spike is linked not just to Wall Street shenanigans, but also juicy innovations rolling out fresh from Duolingo's tech oven. And speaking of innovation, let's talk about the crowning jewel in today's news, the expansion of the video call feature to Android devices. Harnessing AI like never before, Duolingo's new feature enables users to engage in what I can only describe as a heart-to-heart convo with Lily, one of the app's beloved characters. Nothing screams adventure like practicing your French interrogation skills with an AI chatbot while sipping on your homebrewed espresso. This AI-powered chat marvel isn't just for iOS jet-setters anymore. Android users can now joyfully wave their fingers in bonjour to Lily for conversations in languages like English, Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, and Italian, with Japanese and Korean coming soon to spice up the party. The video call feature replicates what Duolingo lovers might call oh-so-real conversations, allowing learners to brave the world of foreign languages without the plane ticket. Talk about a handy passport out of the monotony of dorm room linguophile isolation. Fueled by advances in generative AI, this dream feature gives folks the chance to chat without borders, simulating the kind of dialogue that usually drains your coffee budget when you hire a fancy tutor. To sum it up, whether it's curious haggling on trading floors or the launchpad of new AI-powered endeavors, Duolingo is pulling out all the stops to keep tongues wagging, literally. So, gear up to dive deeper into your language learning journey, because this app is determined to make sure you're babbling in a whole new dialect in style. That's today's dive into the thrilling tale of Duolingo, where tech meets tongue-tying tutoring. Ladies and gentlemen, let's face it, if you woke up today and the first word out of your mouth wasn't Symbotic, what are you even doing with your life? Because Symbotic, the NASDAQ trading wonderkind of automation technology, is making headlines, and not in a way that'll make you throw a parade. So here's the scoop. Symbotic Inc., a company often busy doing very smart automated warehousing things, has dropped a heavy one onto the financial news circuit. They're facing a big, whopping lawsuit. And not just any lawsuit, mind you, but a class action securities lawsuit, the kind that essentially puts bumper-to-bumper traffic on their financial highway. Our headline today is that investor-centric Levi and Korsinski are rallying the troops to help Symbotic investors who feel just a teensy bit tricked due to what can only be labeled as oops, our bad financial reporting. Plaintiffs in this case allege Symbotic might have indulged in the favorite no-no of financial misadventures, creative revenue recognition. Yes, it sounds artsy, but for numbers, except, unfortunately, there's no Oscar for misleading revenue reporting. It turns out they allegedly reported their 2024 financials a tad optimistically, kind of like telling everyone your new diet is going great while noshing on a cheese-stuffed happiness bomb called a pizza. They're accused of accelerating revenue recognition, and naturally, when this got out, things went into a tailspin. On November 27th, 2024, the company had a big, glaring, whoopsie-daisy restate of financials due to errors noticed around those cheeky things known as cost overruns, the unpleasant cousin in the accounting universe. When Symbotic revealed these not-so-happy figures, they disclosed the errors pertained to revenues they thought would be billable but looked like they weren't, essentially pulling the rug from under eager investor feet. As you'd expect, the market wasn't pleased. Symbotic's share price didn't just dip, it pulled a gone fishin' and plunged 36%, dropping from a skyscraper-high posse of confidence to a close of just $24 a share on the day of reckoning. For tech shares, that's like switching from rockstar parking to outer lot double parking at the ecosystem concert. To add some zest to this saga, claims filer also champed onto the stage to alert investors with losses whopping over $100 to take up lead plaintiff positions. Folks, if you fit this pricey category and think the goddess of financial wisdom has given you a raw deal, you have until February 3rd, 2025 to join this courtroom rodeo. On the bright side, if you're caught in this web of financial unfortunateness, both firms are rather offering to shoulder costs for class members. Yay for free legal assistance. In conclusion, while Symbotic toggles with the ups and downs of being sued, investors and curiosity-driven onlookers alike can cherish a robust lesson in always peeking beneath the hood of those financial reports. Stay informed, and may your tech investments be scandal-free and soaring. Gather round everyone, because things are heating up in the tech finance sector, with Marqeta landing smack dab in the headlines today for reasons that are less than celebratory. Marqeta, the card-issuing whiz trading under the ticker symbol MQ on NASDAQ, is currently under the spotlight due to not one but two class action lawsuits. Yikes. First up, we have Levi and Korsinski LLP stepping into the ring. They've sounded the alarm, notifying investors about a securities class action lawsuit against Marqeta Inc. Here's what's at stake. The lawsuit aims to recover losses for Marqeta investors who took a financial hit due to some alleged financial trickery that went down between May 7th, 2024 and November 4th, 2024. The accusations? Oh, just the usual. The complaint contends that Marqeta is guilty of all sorts of securities mischief. Specifically, it underplayed the regulatory hurdles it faced, leading to a cut in its guidance for the fourth quarter of 2024. Translated, this means they might have been overly optimistic about how much money was going to pour in and didn't quite come clean about how tough sailing was going to get. Consequently, investors took a bath when the company's stock took a nosedive, and now the plaintiffs are crying foul. The class is set to close on February 7th, 2025, where potential lead plaintiffs will be picked. But don't pull out your checkbook just yet. This one doesn't require any out-of-pocket costs if you're a class member. Next in the legal lineup is Claims Filer, the DIY of shareholder dispute services. They're giving a digital shout-out to Marqeta investors whose wallets got a little too light between August 7th, 2024 and November 4th, 2024. Like Levi and Korsinski, they claim Marqeta conveniently omitted certain details from their quarterly fireside chats, specifically those pesky regulatory challenges, and didn't anticipate they'd have to revise their Q4 guidance. A lawsuit has been filed in the United States District Court for the Northern District of California. As with any hefty lawsuit, the legal jargon is heady, but the premise is simple. Marqeta's transparency was as clear as mud, and now some shareholders are eager to recoup what they believe was lost under false pretenses. Both firms, Levi and Korsinski and Kahn, Swick and Foti, have laid out all the cozy details for investors to join the fight, complete with comprehensive dossiers to assist anyone wanting to cut through the legalese jungle. The outcome of these lawsuits? Time will tell. Either way, it's shaping up to be a fascinating showdown that any investor connected with Marqeta will want to keep an eye on. So, if you've got stock in this fintech star, or if you're taking notes for your investment strategy board, these lawsuits might be a crucial learning experience in diligence and transparency. Stay tuned and grab your popcorn because this legal drama is just getting started. All right, tech enthusiasts, let's dive into what VEON is up to these days and why they're making headlines. So buckle up because VEON is in the news for a pretty thrilling reason. VEON Limited, which is a digital operator bigwig listed on the NASDAQ, has decided to shake up things at the top by appointing two new members to its group executive committee. In the red corner, we have Amir Ibrahim, the CEO of Jazz and the chair of Mobilink Bank from the hustle and bustle of Pakistan. Over in the blue corner, welcome Evgeny Nostradin, the CEO at Beeline, Kazakhstan. These guys are taking on double duty as operating company CEOs and now as key members of VEON's group executive committee. But why should you care? Well, these appointments aren't just about fancy titles and bigger business cards. Amir and Evgeny are tasked with helping VEON push even harder into its digital-first strategy across its various markets, a strategy that's square in the context of this rapidly digitalizing world of ours. Apparently, Amir has been whipping up some serious innovation in Pakistan's financial services scene, while Evgeny is kind of like the Gandalf of digital enterprises in Kazakhstan with his brainchild, Kazcode. Their mission, should they choose to accept it, is to align VEON's strategic goals across its geographically diverse market areas, improving service delivery through cutting-edge digital solutions. As VEON plans big for their digital services-driven growth, having these two heavy hitters at the wheel is a strategic move to harness untapped potential in both markets and talents. VEON's big boss, Kaan Terzioglu, seems pretty pumped up about these appointments. Why wouldn't he be? These are strategic positions focused on evolving their market influence and innovatively exploiting technology to transform how services are delivered in their fields. For investors keeping a keen eye on VEON, this move highlights an intrinsic drive not just for growth, but pushing the innovation envelope in key markets that comprise over 7% of the world's population. With around 160 million customers already in its fold, VEON seems poised to sway them with even more exciting digital services. Now, here's where you come in, smart cookies. What are your thoughts on VEON's latest moves? Do you think Amir and Evgeny will be able to steer VEON through the digital transformation tides and come out on top? Or is there another play you think they should be making right now? Comment down below, I'm itching to know what your tech brains are thinking. Feel free to drop those comments, predictions, and any wild guesses as to what VEON's next step should be. Let's geek out together. All right, tech gurus, let's put on our stock market sorcerer hats and take a look at Duolingo. Given today's upbeat news about Duolingo, I would lean towards putting a buy recommendation on it. Here's why. First, let's talk about the trading action and the financial feats happening here. Duolingo made quite the impressive leap with a 10.6% surge in stock price, currently flexing at around $353.74, due to compelling market activity and noteworthy innovations. This kind of significant movement catches the eye, and it's often an indicator that something promising is bubbling under the surface. But beyond the market gymnastics, the real kicker is Duolingo's expansion of its AI-powered video call feature to the Android universe. This move democratizes their innovative language learning tech, reaching an even broader audience, which in today's tech ecosystem spells potential growth. Expanding key features like AI-driven conversational practice tools demonstrates an active strategy to enhance user engagement and further monetize its platform. It doesn't hurt that they're diving into major languages like Japanese and Korean next. Such strategic innovations can buoy investor confidence, indicating that the company isn't just resting on its laurels, but actually revving up its engines for long-term growth and market capture. They are effectively leveraging the latest technologies to keep the learning curve high and the user base engaged, which translates into stronger revenue prospects down the road. Of course, it's crucial I wave the flag of do your own research. Investing is a deeply personal journey, and while Duolingo's recent high-flying act looks exciting, different financial backgrounds, goals, and risk appetites can drastically alter the best course for each investor. So dig into those financial statements, mull over the tech developments, and decide what makes the most sense for your portfolio's narrative before making moves. Today's market activity sure packed a punch, didn't it? We saw Duolingo making waves with a stock surge thanks to innovative AI features, Symbotic taking a hard financial hit with a class action lawsuit, Marqeta facing a double whammy of litigations over financial transparency, and VEON ready to rock the digital space with some fresh leadership. These headlines remind us of the sheer unpredictability and excitement of tech markets. Whether it's market shuffle, legal hurdles, or strategic moves, something big is always happening, sparking both interest and caution. If you enjoyed these bite-sized tech updates, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any action-packed summaries. Share it with your fellow tech-curious friends so they can stay informed too. And don't forget to pop back tomorrow for a fresh batch of tech tidbits. We'll keep you plugged into the tech universe.